Jeff Coody with Chester Paul Company. Today I'm going to talk to you about one of my favorite products, John Guest push-to-connect fittings and valves. Specifically, what we're going to talk about is the various differences between the series that they offer. The PI series versus the CI series and the polypropylene series. And with us today is an expert on the subject, Mike Conte. Hello, Mike.
Hey, Jeff. How are you? Good to see you again.
Nice to see you. Mike, why don't you tell us a little bit about your experience in the water treatment industry and specifically with John Guest?
Okay. Been around for over 19 years, as well as you know, Jeff has been around for over 24 years. That brings over 40 years experience with John Guest to the table. Back then I had hair and Jeff had dark hair. So that's how long we've been in the industry and our exposure to John Guest. Reliance Worldwide Corporation, just to give you some information, purchased John Guest midsummer of last year. It's invisible to the customers, but some positive things that are happening with John Guest. We sell over 1 million fittings a day with the combined companies. So you're dealing with a company that is the largest quick stack manufacturer in the world. So I look forward to talking about the fittings in general.
Yeah, let's take a walk over to the warehouse and take a look at some of the inventory.
Thank you. Hey, Jeff, really impressed with the amount of inventory you stock for your customers. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you for being a very valuable partner to Chester Paul Company. It's a decades-long relationship that's been mutually beneficial for both companies, I believe.
I agree.
What I'd like to talk about today is the PI series versus the CI series and the polypropylene series. We're going to start with one of the most popular fittings, which is the PI series. If you notice, it's actually gray in color. It has the body is actually made out of acetyl and it has a nitrile O-ring. These fittings are ideally suited for air or pneumatic applications. And I say that because if there's ever oil in your compressor, the nitrile O-ring will hold up well.
Jeff, I'd like, if I could, take a moment and talk about the CI range.
I think that'd be a great idea, Mike.
CI fittings, basically, when we first came out with the CI range, CI stands for colored inch. A lot of the systems were white. Aesthetically, they wanted a white fitting. So our initial introduction to the product range was PI, plastic inch. So we came out with the CI range. Basically, any white fitting that we have has an EPDM O-ring, which is suitable for chloramines. But the CI range does carry the EPDM O-ring, which is very suitable for what you're doing today, although we would prefer you to use the polypropylene range. And maybe you could talk a little bit about that.
I think that's a good idea. The next thing I'm going to talk about is just that, the polypropylene, which in my opinion is the best fitting if you're running water. Let me see if I could find one here. Voila. Polypropylene range, which is the PP series. These part numbers start with the PP and end with the W. The body is made out of polypropylene. As you can see, it's white in color. And as Mike said, it does have an EPDM O-ring in it. The benefits of using this fitting is the polypropylene body is more chemical resistant. So if it's going to get attacked by any outside agents, that's going to hold up much better. It also has the EPDM O-ring, which is compatible with chloramines. If you have any chloramines, didn't used to be an issue back 15 years ago, but now it's more of an issue. This O-ring will hold up better. In summary, Mike, and I think you would agree, if you're using air applications or pneumatic, probably the best John Guest fitting to use would be the PI range, which would be the gray fitting.
Agreed.
Now for water, what is your recommendation for water applications?
My recommendation would be polypropylene also. It's a like material to the materials that you're using in your systems. It does carry the EPDM O-rings, which we found out that have a little more longevity than the nitrobutane O-rings. And that is what we're pushing as a product line.
And Mike, all fittings are NSF listed?
All fittings are NSF listed, NSF 51 and 61. They're all made with FDA-approved materials, so there's no issues as far as testings and listings go. And all that information is available on NSF's website, or you can contact us for information.
Well, in summary, air fittings, if you're using an air application, we recommend the PI series. If you're using water, we recommend the polypropylene, and there are advantages to using that for water. Another advantage we didn't talk about, if I'm not mistaken, the polypropylene fittings are a little bit less expensive, aren't they?
Yes, they are. Yeah, there is a slight advantage to using polypropylene price-wise because we're gearing that for this market.
Yep. Best fitting for the application, and you save some money too. Don't forget, you can get them at Chester Paul Company. As you can see, we have a vast inventory. Thanks for coming out, Mike. I really
pleasure.
appreciate your time. It's always a pleasure to get together with you.
Thank you for your support.
And to wrap up, if you need any information or any products John Guest related, you can visit our website at chesterpaul.com. Thanks for listening.
Thank you for all your support in the industry. Hope to see you soon.
So Mike, well, first of all, I do thank you for coming out. As you can see, we have quite a bit of stuff here, and it's very, very, very positive relationship that we have.
No doubt.
I definitely
no doubt.
thank you
I mean,
about
I
that.
appreciate your
And
support
I'm way better looking than you are, and much taller.
But
and,
people like bald people now.
well, they do. That's just a fad that they're going to get hooked very quickly. You know? So,
Gray hair's
okay.
out. Bald is in.
Okay, gotcha.